So we finished cutting. It's done a great job. Have you finished all of the testing? Do you think it'll hit the market retail anytime soon?
From what I've heard, the goal is to start shipping production units in February.
I don't know the exact amount, but I do recall I'm currently paying like $200 a month for lawn maintenance, with that primarily being the summer months and fall. During the winter, they come and clean a little bit, but I'm still paying the $200. So I think that in 1 year's time, I'd easily pay for this and be able to have it for the next 15 years.
The price point right now is $2,999.
And it would almost have a 1 year payback.
Yeah, for you it would be a 1 year payback.
Love it.
Which is better than what I used to do when I worked. I had to work to a much more stringent payback on any project that I initiated. So yeah,
I love it.
So between the quality of the cut and the convenience of not having to cut grass personally or hire somebody to do it, if you can get a payback with under a year or a year, even 2 years for that matter,
deal.
it would be well worth it, because this machine will last you long past 2 years, as we talked earlier about the charge and recharges of the battery at 1,500 times that you can recharge a battery. So,
one of the things too that drove me crazy about my lawn mowers, my edgers and weeders, does it require oil? Does it require any kind of maintenance whatsoever?
Not any that I'm aware of.
No lubrication?
Everything is sealed. It's sealed lubrication as far as the bearings that are in it. So there's no other maintenance other than cleaning the deck every now and then. And I don't even think you're going to have to replace the treads. As long as your treads are simply cutting grass, I don't think I can't see these treads wearing out anytime soon either. So, but that would be and looks like it would be an easy replacement.
I wish we could film this, because you finished my yard entirely and there's nothing to clean. So this time I would just let it go back to the charger and be ready for the next cut.
That's raised the deck and looked at it, and it doesn't need cleaning after cutting this yard. So
if it's cutting and I go inside, if something were to happen, do I get a warning? Or
if you wanted to do a health check on it and everything, you just pick up your smartphone and look at what it's doing. And if it's moving across the yard, then it's cutting. If it's stopped, then you would say, well, maybe I need to go check on it for some reason.
I've seen y'all outside working, but I never knew it's iPhone compatible.
Yeah. And Android.
Is there an app, or you just?
Yep.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yep.
So I can actually view it cutting.
Oh yeah. Oh. You can watch it when you have the app. Okay. The app, in the app, what you're going to do is it's going to tell you when you first get one of these, the app's going to put you follow the menu, you go in. The first thing you do is you have to establish that RTK antenna, pick a place in your yard that you can plug it in. And then you have to pair it. Okay. And it walks you through that. Just a button that you push and it pairs. Once it's paired, then you're ready to enter the map mode. And in the map mode, you're going to establish all your cutting zones by just simply driving it manually. You can manually drive it in the app. You have one to do the turning and one to do forward and backwards, just like a video
remote control.
It's about the same as a video. So with those controls, then you're going to drive it around the perimeter of your yard and establish your first cutting zone. Okay. And then if that's the only zone you're going to cut, then after that, you're going to tell it to start cutting. And right before you tell it to start cutting through the app will also let you set the speed, how fast. It's got 3 different speed options, how fast it moves. Okay. And the other thing is the cutting depth on the app. You can set it. Okay. In fact, you can set, if you had like multiple zones, you can cut one zone at one one depth and another zone at another depth, if that's what you wanted. If you wanted to cut different.
So on dips,
And then when it's cutting, when it starts, when you've established all that, and you tell it to start, it starts cutting. You go in the house if you want to, sit down, watch TV, whatever, and anytime you want to, you can just take your smartphone and the app will show you the mower. It will show you the contour of your yard, what you just mapped, and then it will show the mower moving across that lawn. Okay?
I'm sorry that the questions keep coming up, but all right. So when you were talking about the cuts and the mapping, so I've got friends are going to, of course, want me to come over their house. So will it do centipede? Will it do fescue? Fescue is kind of hairy and thin.
Well, we've tried this on Zoysia. We've tried it on Bermuda. We just got back from trying it, having it cut St. Augustine, which is probably the toughest grass you're going to have to cut. And it cut all of those lawns and all those grass types and cut it and left a good manicured lawn, even on the St. Augustine. And so I don't think fescue would be a problem at all. I think it will just treat fescue. Like I said, you've got the same cutting mechanism that you have on a regular walk behind self-powered mower. You've got two high lift blades spinning at a very high RPM. So I don't think there's any reason to suspect that it wouldn't cut fescue or any other type grass.
Another question: I'm inside, letting it do its thing, and someone grabs it and takes it in their car. What happens?
The anti-theft on it means that once it goes off the property, it's locked out where whoever took it cannot use it.
Okay.
Now I have talked to the development team about, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to stick one of those air tags on it somewhere
to track it, locate
to be able to track it too. But the thing is number one, while it's cutting, for somebody to run up and grab it is probably
remote.
And the other point is once you establish where you want to put your charger station, like we have ours behind the house, inside the fence, making it it's not visible from the street or anything else. For your house, I would do the same thing. I'd put the charger station around at the rear of the house where people out front cannot see it. Yeah. So, and that's the other thing. Even though it can cut your yard on a single charge, okay, once you include other zones, I think it still do it on one charge. But for people where it takes more than a charge to if it's over a half an acre of grass, then what it will do is it will sense when it gets to a certain battery level, charge level, and it will leave its position and go park itself on the recharger station and recharge. And once it's recharged, it will return to exactly where it left off. Okay. And start over again. Okay, so that's the other beauty of it. You don't have to intervene whatsoever.
All lawn equipment in some way is an investment. What about durability? Is it built to last?
Well, like I said, it is 80 pounds worth of mower. Okay, it's not. It doesn't look like 80 pounds. It's not a lightweight. Go ahead and pick it. There's two handles.
No, it's heavy. No doubt about it.
Like I said, and speaking of stealing it, somebody's going to have to grab it. It has to be strong enough.
I agree. I did not know it was that heavy.
Yes, it does not look that heavy, but it is.
Okay. So what's the stop button for?
If you have to have an emergency stop for some reason,
okay,
then it's just there.
And if I were inside, does my phone have a stop button?
Yeah, you can stop it on. Okay. You've got complete control over it.
The phone is new for me, so that's going to be a great learning.
The phone, you're going to have all kind of functions on that phone. Like I said, watching it do its thing. You're going to get feedback of how many square feet it's already cut while it's cutting, and it's also going to have an estimated time that it will be complete, because it already has all that pre-programmed in. It knows what it's doing. Mm-hmm. It knows how much it's got to cut, and it will tell you when it thinks it will be through.
And so you told me at the end it will go back to its cutting station.
Yeah, the charging station.
And then you've said you can program it for day of the week, etc.
Yeah.
So if I program it to cut Tuesday at 12 o'clock, it's like an alarm clock. I don't have to do anything. It will just start.
It will do it on its own.
Amazing.
You don't have to say, okay, it's Tuesday, so I got to hit a start button. No, if it's programmed to do that, it will automatically do it. That means if you're out running an errand somewhere on the day it's supposed to cut and you're not here, it's going to leave the charging station and cut your grass while you're out. So it's just, you really don't have to do anything.
I can come up with so many questions, but they're all answered. I appreciate it.
Like I said, it's that's the beauty of it. I mean, when it says robotic and smart robotic, it's just simply that.
Do friends and neighbors get a discount?
You have to talk to another person about that, but I think if there's a discount program available, you'll be one of the first ones to know.